Arcade. This is the live stream arcade machine that you get to play at home. I'm your host, Bryson Wallace, and without further ado, let me introduce my guests. The stars of Travel Channel's Baggage Battles and regulars on A&E's Storage Wars, Sally and Laurence Martin, my friends.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys, to the show. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Can I say hi to somebody?
Yeah, you guys.
Hi, Sherry. Okay, that's it.
Already a call out. Already a call out to my mom on the show today.
My friend.
Sally and Laurence, old friends of mine back from my El Segundo days. Well, okay. Already making me look like a jerk on my own show. You too. Also, shit Saturday. You know, I'm already being just put down on my own show. No. Thanks, Sally.
Nice to meet you again.
Nice to see you. Sally and Laurence here own a really great antique shop in El Segundo, Studio Antiques, a regular stomping grounds of mine back in my El Segundo days. So I asked Sally and Laurence over here today because, well, I've been told that I own a lot of bullshit.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you own it?
That I have a lot of bullshit. I mean, I don't know if you've seen my bookshelves.
You know shit from what is it?
Shinola.
Shinola.
What's Shinola?
Ah!
It's shoe shine stuff. You know, the stuff you take out and you put on your shoes.
It's an old thing in America, didn't you know that? You know that shit from Shinola.
We gave our
I don't know any of that.
We gave our son a can of Shinola for Christmas.
Did he appreciate it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a brand new can. It's a nice vintage can.
Brand new can of Shinola.
Yeah.
Kid better appreciate it. Well, I own apparently a lot of Shinola.
Yeah.
Myself. And a lot of people have told me that I should downsize, that I should get rid of some of my Shinola. And so I thought that I'd invite Sally and Laurence over here today to take a look at some of my bullshit and tell me just maybe what it's worth. Okay? But we're going to need your help out there. Call us up, 909-454-3862. 909-454-3862, because we're going to need your help to figure out how much my bullshit is worth. These guys are the experts. Hey. These guys are the experts. These guys are the experts, so we're going to get to the bottom of this, but we're going to need your help guessing how much this stuff is worth.
Yeah.
Now, listen, you don't know that necessarily. I got some good stuff here.
Yeah, good stuff. That's another show we did. Don't put
it down too much. Some of the stuff I bought at your shop.
That's the best stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff you're considering the best.
Much I can say about that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're just really glad to get rid of it.
You guys though, you've been at Studio Antiques. How long have you guys owned Studio Antiques?
Oh, getting on for 30 years.
30 years.
30 years.
30 years.
Man and boy, yeah.
And Sally, you used to work like in the cable industry.
I did.
And you, Laurence, your background is in aerospace.
I'm 20 years aerospace.
Yeah.
Scientific engineer.
A scientific engineer.
And designer.
Oh, excuse me.
And designer.
Well, then,
what got the two of you two together to end up ultimately
being very scientific and she designed.
All right, good luck.
We met at a party.
Okay. So as opposed to being scientists and all, you guys met at a party. And, so you guys met, but what transitioned you guys from your lives before?
We've been working ever since.
You've been working ever since. Yeah. Now you're set up at Studio Antiques. All right.
So this is how we got into our shop.
Yeah.
Laurence apparently used to buy things at our shop for a long time.
It was the Walco studio.
Okay.
Framing studio turned to a little bit of antiquing, and I would go in there at lunchtime from Northrop.
Yeah.
Being the scientist and whatever. And put things on layaway. And I had like 20 things on layaway. And I went in there one night and they gave me a couple of beers and he goes, when are you going to pay for these layaways? And he went, why don't you just buy the shop?
That's a pretty big upsell.
He did it.
That's a pretty big upsell.
Yeah, that's what a couple of Coors Lights do to you.
Like I've had some stuff on layaway with you guys, but like you've never hoodwinked me into buying the whole
Well, you haven't been in lately.
Okay.
Just come and see us.
Well, it looks like an old friend of yours, Sally, and truly an old friend of mine is on the phone. We've got Sherry calling from Northern California. Sherry, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are! Hey, oh, look at him turning behind me because I can hear you behind me. Sorry.
Sherry, Sherry,
How are you, Sherry?
my mom, welcome to the show.
Ah.
Now, I had a lot of stuff prepared, Sherry, Mom, rather. I had a lot of stuff prepared to show Sally and Lawrence here, and then right before we went on the air, this little jar that I keep my dry erase markers in for Sally and Lawrence to write down their appraisals, they took a look at it and they were like, oh, this is interesting. So our first item up for appraisal.
Yeah, it's on the spot, right? You know, spur of the moment.
First item up for appraisal is this cigar holder.
How are you?
It's got this little crest on the top here. We were saying that it had some
Is
French.
that yours?
This is mine. This is mine.
Are you
Was
sure?
it your grandfather's or whose was it?
Probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Sherry, are you sure it's not yours?
My follow-up question was,
Most likely.
is this a family
Does
heirloom?
it actually belong to you?
It belongs to me, but I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, it
Maybe it's your mother's.
Go ahead. Do you know where
that
this is
was
from?
actually Granddad Tom's.
Hey!
Granddad Tom's. All right, Mom. How much is You're gonna have to guess how much Granddad Tom's cigar holder is. I was kind of taken for a loop because literally minutes ago, Sally and Lawrence were like, "You should have this be one of the things we appraise." So I'm gonna say that this thing is like, I don't know, like $80. $80. Why don't you guys go ahead and write down your appraisal?
Well,
Well.
it's made of leather.
Yes, leather.
You're over. I've already put in my.
Oh, we're overanalyzing.
Now, look, it says on the bottom here, patent pending, 1875 or something like that.
That's the deal. It's at
That's-
1875 on the
Paint.
bottom of it, Mom.
Yeah. So there you go. How old was your grandfather?
Yeah. So it
So
says
it's maybe your
Could
grandfather's
be your
grandfather.
great-grandfather.
yeah. So why don't you guys write down your appraisal
Okay, honey.
without me seeing.
Well,
Mom,
So we got 80.
my guess is 80. You guys write down your number in secret. So
Okay.
they're gonna write down their number. Mom, do you think that this cigar holder is going to be higher or lower than $80?
Uh,
1875.
I would say it's a little bit higher.
A little bit higher than $80. Sally and Lawrence, what do
what
you
is a
guys
little
think?
bit?
She just has to say higher. Her guess
Oh.
is higher.
Okay.
You guys say
It's upside
I
down.
know.
honey.
it's
It's upside down.
$250?
Plus.
$250 plus, Mom. This thing is worth.
Now, don't you think you should take better care of
So
that?
back in area, you know, this is one, it's a very
Right, Sherry?
collectible area, right? Tobacco armor, they call it.
Tobacco.
So
Bakiana.
back.
You want it back?
So, Mom, you got your guess correct. So that's going to be worth 500 points for you.
If it's in better condition and they had the hinge thing on here, the leather thing,
Yeah, we're apparently missing a hinge.
it could have been double that.
Double that for the hinge?
Well, for the whole
Nice.
thing, because it's such a collectible item.
Well, why don't we use it as a casual dry erase marker holder
Yes, why
for the
don't
rest
we?
of the
Yeah.
show? All right, Mom. That means we're going to have to bring up another item for auction. Good to know about that old precious family heirloom, Mom. Huh?
Yeah.
Aren't you glad he's using it in such a productive way?
Yeah, for his markers.
I was hoping you'd call.
So, all right, Mom.
They are expert markers, you know.
Our next item up for appraisal
Right.
is going to be, you guys have a lot of salt and pepper shakers at your
Indeed.
shop.
Well,
we
I did buy a collection of like 3,000 one time.
3,000
We did.
salt and pepper shakers?
We
did.
That explains why you guys have,
Well, no, we got.
There's that
I
one-
can't remember where they all are now.
every time I come in, there's the one like big shelf that just has tons of
And
salt
they're
and pepper
not all
shakers.
out.
They're not all out.
5,000.
Well, I'm gonna add another to our repertoire here. We've got a Dia de los Muertos salt and pepper shaker. I'm assuming salt and pepper here. They've got magnetic lips though, so that when they come
Oh.
together,
Oh, that's just like when we met.
is this similar to your guys' wedding day here?
Yeah, we kind of looked like that. Can we look in the bottom of it?
Yeah, you can look at the bottom. You guys can
You kind of went like that, honey. I was like, whoa!
like a Spider-Man kiss.
I have a feeling this is a lot of fun. This particular salt and pepper
Yeah,
shaker.
there's no make to them. They're probably made in China,
Okay.
because everything else is.
Because they had a little sticker that got peeled off.
Yeah, maybe.
Are you
But-
accusing me of peeling off
No,
stickers?
whoever
this
bought
is-
it, bought it.
That could actually be you and me. Don't you think?
All right. So
Okay, so let's get down to business.
I think that these salt and pepper shakers
Mm.
are going to be worth.
You are?
If, yeah,
Are you?
I'm
Okay.
guessing that she has to guess whether or not
Oh,
it's
okay.
higher or lower than mine. I'm gonna say that these two guys, if I were to go into your shop, I would expect to pay like a $1.50 each, so like $3.
Seriously.
I don't know. $2. My guess is $2, Mom. $2. Do you think
$2.
Sally and Lawrence's appraisal of this salt and pepper shaker is going to be higher or lower? Put in your appraisal in secret.
He didn't write it down yet, did he?
They're writing it down.
I'm writing it this time.
Yeah. That's my
You
job
can't
already.
watch my hand.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna-
say, you know.
I'm saying $2. I'm gonna give this the
Come
old.
on, Sally, send some good vibes through the screen.
I'm gonna give this.
So you
the
have to
old-
say higher or lower. Sharon.
now.
Yeah.
You're writing yours down. Right down.
Oh,
your
I have to
appraisal.
write it first.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you cheat and give her all the points in the world.
Okay.
All right, is your
Go
appraisal
ahead.
down? All
My
right,
appraisal is down.
all right, Mom. Higher or lower than $2?
I'd say it's a hair higher than $2.
Well, yeah.
Higher?
Yeah.
A hair higher.
Okay, so you're
Does that
saying
mean
higher,
$2.50?
higher than $2? All right, Sally and
Mhm.
Lawrence, what's your appraisal?
$10.
$10?
Now
For
I won't.
these
I
guys?
won't pay that for them,
But you're gonna sell them for $10.
but I'll sell them for that. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
that's-
thinking these guys would be cheap. $10 for
How
these
cheap
guys?
is cheap?
They are cheap.
She couldn't go really any lower, so she
I
only had
know.
to only go up.
I know. I probably made a bad
Yeah,
guess on
he
that
gave
part.
me that one.
All right, another 500 points for you for correctly guessing.
Are you sure you
That's
really
fine.
want to win?
That's a good.
I'm
That's a
just
good
saying.
point. We don't know what's on the line because I neglected to check in with my old buddy Seth over here to know what's on the line this week. Seth, what could Sherry win if she's our high scorer today?
First off, welcome back, everybody. Happy 2017. We took a little break off here, but happy to have everybody back and watching Live Arcade. And today you're playing for a very special prize. You're playing for Now You See Me Too on DVD, still in the original packaging. So whoever bought it never thought it was worth opening. This is a movie that RogerEbert.com called Horseplay, Wasted Motion, and Talk, Talk, Talk. So if those are your things, then you really want to get out your appraisal cap, because this is going to be a perfect prize for you.
And you know what? I'll say this. I'll also throw in.
Oh!
I'll also throw in the salt and pepper shakers, valued at well over $9.
Well, throw it in gently. So
These will go to our winner today.
And they
Whoever
kiss.
wins.
That's the best
Yeah, yeah.
And the
feature of
best
it.
part. Did that add some
You
value
better
to them?
throw
It
them
does.
softly, maybe you might end up in the
Can I
mustard.
add that I saw Bryson's review of that movie, and I'm wondering, how do I lose this game?
Listen, Now You See Me Too is an excellent film that you should consider yourself honored to own on DVD. All right, our next item up for auction is a personal.
Oh, it's for auction.
Oh,
Well, not for auction, but for appraisal. For appraisal.
auction. We can do an auction.
Yeah.
Give me one, give me two.
Next up for appraisal is a personal heirloom of mine. This is, of course, a signed ticket for a Gallagher comedy show that my mom actually went to with me. This is the signed ticket from his performance at the Memorial Auditorium in Sacramento. All this could be yours if the price is right.
Is this the Mum
What
and Bryson
year?
show?
This was Mom, do you remember what year we saw this? 2003.
And let's add that
$26.
he put somebody in the hospital that night.
Gallagher did
Oh.
put somebody in the hospital.
Because
that
of the
night.
she said you did.
No. Gallagher put somebody. He
Oh.
put a little kid in the hospital that night.
Because he hit him with a watermelon?
He grabbed this kid and because he gets volunteers to help him out on stage, and this kid was helping him out on stage, and as the kid was walking off stage at the end of the bit, Gallagher grabbed the kid by the shirt and pulled him back, but the kid was already like 2 steps off of the stage, and so the kid was pulled back and his back hit the edge of the stage, which was like a hard metal,
Well, that
and
show
so the
was
kid.
kind of over then.
Yeah, everybody like the show stopped. Ambulance, like a gurney came in and like took the kid away.
An attorney?
No, a gurney.
Oh.
Like the attorney maybe too. But the best part about this was that we read in the papers the next day or two that Gallagher took that kid and his family out to Denny's the next day.
Well,
So.
we like Denny sometimes.
So,
No, we do have things.
so Gallagher's signature, which I should mention, perhaps highly sought after. He has not been in the public eye recently.
public.
I'm going to guess that that ticket is worth a cool $25. What's your guys' appraisal? Write it down.
What are you doing, honey?
Mom, I used to watch the Gallagher comedy specials with you back in the day on Comedy Central.
No.
They're in disagreement. They're in disagreement over this appraisal. But Mom, do you think that this ticket is worth more or less than $25?
Thank you.
According to Sally's laughter,
Yeah, we're trying to put you off here.
Time's up.
Gallagher.
Five,
Yeah, you are
answer.
talking
Four,
Gallagher.
I'll say a
3,
hair.
2.
No hairs or anything. Just give me higher or lower.
Okay, higher.
Higher? What do you guys say?
$30.
$30.
Just a
All
hair
right.
higher.
Just a hair
We got
higher.
3 in a row here.
All right. That's another 500 points for you,
Oh,
Sherry.
goody.
All
You're
right.
gonna get it. You're
I'm
gonna
trying-
get that
I'm trying to think
DVD.
here. Your guys' shop is a real good place to hit up for record store day.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
You guys have a ton of records. I've got some records here, some of which are going to date back to our colors adolescence. So actually, I don't think any of these
Actually, I wish it were my adolescence.
We have 2 big boxes coming today.
of records. These guys put out. I mean,
We have thousands
yeah,
of records.
these guys have got boxes upon boxes of records. So Sherry, the next items up for appraisal, got a couple of 45s here. We're gonna do them as a batch all together.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. We've got Miami Sound Machines conga.
Oh.
Conga. We've
Oh,
got
that's that one?
yeah, that's that
okay.
one. We've got Linda Ronstadt and James Ingram from the movie American Time, Somewhere Out There.
The American
Yeah.
Oh, blimey.
Tail. Hate that one.
Huey Lewis in the News, The Heart of Rock and Roll.
Heart of rock and
Super
roll.
heart of rock and roll is the beat to. And then we've got David Bowie and Mick Jagger
This is my
dancing in the street.
That's
Oh.
my favorite.
Yeah, that they had like a
Kissing in the street?
round,
Oh,
round, round. Anyway, so we've got these 445s. There's a whole lot. Why don't you guys write down your appraisal of
Wait,
this?
don't you go first?
Well, you guys, we can do it at the same time. You guys write down yours.
I just want to follow the rules.
You guys
I'm
write
a rule
down yours.
follower.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say that like
You gonna do this,
each
Eddie?
of these. If I were to go to your place on record store day, I would expect to spend like $2 a pop, but like Congo would be like worth a little bit more because it's got
This
like
is from Mo, but she's watching.
this is for Mo. All right, so I'm gonna say that like Congo's worth like an extra like buck or two. So 2, 4, 6. I'm gonna say a cool. I'll round up to like a $12 range
Shit.
for the lot of
See,
these.
shit.
Shit.
It's the shit show.
No, it's antique shit.
There we go.
So
For all those?
Yeah.
yeah, okay, you guys are locked in.
Oh!
Sherry,
Yeah!
$12. Do you think their appraisal is gonna be higher or lower?
Dee, 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 dee.
I think it's gonna be higher.
Higher.
Woo! Wrong.
What's your guys' appraisal? $8. I am so
I think that's
sorry.
why I said I'd buy him, Sherry. You know, that's cheap.
I'm so sorry. So
Yeah.
sorry,
Okay,
Sherry.
never mind then.
Lawrence can take these guys. I'm so sorry, Sherry. That's
You'll be
gonna
a-
do it for you.
So telling Huey.
$1,500 for you. Good playing though.
$1,500?
1,500 points.
Oh.
Points.
Thank you.
That's true. Like no
Wow.
money is being like nothing's being like solicited of
I wish
anybody
I could
here.
get my son to send me $1,500.
No. Sherry, it was good talking to you, Mom, otherwise known in my circles. Talk to you soon. We're gonna open up the phone lines.
See ya.
We're gonna open up the phone lines again. 909-454-3862. See if you can do as well as Sherry. She got 1,500 points in total. If you think you can do better than that, give us a call right now. We've got more items to appraise. We've got more things to see. We've got more opportunities for you to go home with Now You See Me Too on DVD and those salt and pepper shakers of the Dia de los Muertos.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Put these guys out just so that
Look at
you
that.
can know
We're
what's,
trying to entice.
what's going on here. All right, I gotta know a couple of things.
What do you got? What do
When
you
you
got?
guys
What do you got?
when you guys are going to like
You know, let me just tell you one thing.
yeah, tell me.
None of these.
No, you take it.
Well, actually, we put the new thing in at the beginning, but
Yeah.
the rest of your stuff is not an antique. They're not antiques.
There's
They're
not- that's-
collectibles.
They're
So
collectibles.
they're not antiques. So they're
They're
shit
not.
collectibles. And so they're antiques, right?
I am offended. I am
I'm Lawrence. How do you
offended.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There are some things I bought from your shop that I think you're alluding to is the fact that those are the like more highbrow things. The other
Well,
stuff
yeah.
that I have, maybe not
Well, it doesn't
necessarily.
mean to say it's a different. It's collectible.
Hey man, I'm sitting on a
Well,
Yeah.
So
Don't
far,
sit on it, you'll
it's all
squash it.
so far it's all your mom's stuff, by the
Yeah,
way.
Hey, hey, cool your jets. I got some stuff of my own here. Give us a
What do you got?
call,
Come on, what do you got?
909-454-3862. Well, I wanted to know, like, when you guys are going out, because you guys have been to like auctions. I know that you guys bought up like shipping containers like full of stuff. Is that true?
No, we used to go and fill them ourselves.
Fill them yourself.
Yeah, fill them yourself. It's a French guy, or an Irish guy. Fill them yourself.
You just fill up a shipping
Yeah,
container
you
for an
could-
Irish guy.
Yeah, you can. That would be really good because that would be great stuff.
Is that how I should unload some of this stuff? Just put it in a shipping container and
Well, you
You
need
need
a lot more than what you
little
got.
tiny
You can imagine how much you can
Ours
get in
are
a
40 foot long.
okay.
Yeah.
So
And-
you're
and
filling
high.
that. You're
Yeah,
filling
but-
that up with like we're talking
Everything you can buy.
furniture,
Yeah, yeah.
like all
You can
anything
never
that's-
fill it up.
Okay.
And
And
there's
you're
always a drawer and there's a this and there's that.
and so you're just selling
Put
them as
this
like
in that.
there's people that just like look at it as like I'll buy X number of shipping containers off you because they're not gonna go off of like a inventory at that point, or are they?
Well, you actually have an inventory, yeah. Because
Yeah.
it comes into the country, you don't go through the customs.
Oh, true.
So you have the whole thing laid out. And if you get this actually, one person put down about a salt and pepper shaker.
Yeah.
And
Antique
if there's something, yeah, they took the whole container out
to find.
looking for this.
Just looking for this.
So
Well, not
that
the DNA.
one, yeah, that's why they.
Not that- yeah.
It took a long
We were-
time. That's why they're
we
kind
were
of
just
like skeletons. You know.
We don't
But,
care about that.
Oh yeah.
You got if you don't get your inventory right, you can really get yourself in a bunch of crap.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
So in your guys's experience of all of the places that you guys have gone to procure some of these items, what is not necessarily the most valuable thing that you come across, but the thing that's the most unique to maybe you personally? Like, what was the thing that made your jaw drop?
Well, we were in Boston.
Yeah.
This is one I always go to. It was actually an antique auction.
Mhm.
You know, everything in there was antiques.
Yeah. Not
And we were looking
this auction.
around and what have you, and I came across this proclamation.
Mhm.
It was the second president of the United States, Mr. Adams,
Mhm.
proclaiming that the first president, George Washington, just died, and everybody should have a big fucking party on that day every year,
Yeah.
right? So it was 1800s, and this is what it says. There's what, do you want to know the whole thing, of how it finished up, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was on the show. Sally boo-hooed it and said, no, it's a fake, it's not. She was in the printing business, she knew all about this, that, and the other. But
Yeah.
I was convinced, and who was right?
That guy.
So,
Just gonna
You're
It's
so
showing
right.
off so much.
You popped your mic.
oh, is that a malfunction thing? You know?
No, you're good. You're
Okay.
good.
So anyway, it turns out we paid $2,000 for it, dollars,
Mhm.
and the guy said, "Oh, about 3.5." He's way out of his head. There's only 6 in the world. One's in the Smithsonian.
Yeah.
So I want like $25,000. But the major thing about this piece was we went to the Boston auction to buy a piece of American history.
Yeah.
And then we told the guy this, and then in the end he said, "Well, you know what? You are American history because you're now listed as the
As the
owner
owners.
of this proclamation."
So the proclamation
Forever
itself.
and ever. That's
is-
California, no?
Yeah.
Ever.
Hey. So the proclamation itself was considered like invaluable kind of thing?
Well, there's
or-
only 5 left in
Yeah.
the world, from what we know of.
Yeah.
This one hadn't surfaced for like 40 years or more, right?
Do you guys still have this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dee, would you like to buy it?
I don't think I got the scratch
I was
for it,
offered $8,000
considering-
for it and we turned it down. How about that?
That's
I might
you
take
guys
it
just
now.
you guys just have it like at your place, or you have it at the shop,
Or
or
it's locked up in the safe.
locked up in a safe. All right.
Oh, no, yeah.
Well, you
it's
got-
right
yeah, all
on
my
the
best stuff is locked
glass.
up in a safe.
No, because you've got to
Yeah.
have the light. You know, the light will mess it up. You've only got to be careful.
Oh, you gotta have.
So it's,
like, the
it's
ease
probably
of it.
they've been in the cupboard for how many? 40 years.
Yeah. I've got the same thing. I'm currently no I'm currently protecting a copy of USA Today that they released this past
Where you
year to commemorate the Back to the Future anniversary, and it's got Marty McFly. It's the fake future version, but I've got that because I need to get the UV. Anyway, that's my version of your proclamation.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
you
You
have
know, you can stick your
a Back to
proclamation
the
on.
Future.
No spoilers. We don't want people to know
You
what's
don't have anything from Back to the Future, do you?
okay. All right. Looks like we've got another
Order in the
caller.
poll. Come on.
We got another caller, Tina Bina, calling
Tina
from
Bina.
Long Beach. Tina Bina, so good to talk to you again. How are you doing?
Hi, good.
Tina, what's the most valuable thing that you own?
Ooh.
Not that we're gonna break into your house and like steal it right now.
Ah.
Yeah, where is it? What's your address?
Yeah, all we know is that you live in
I
Long
don't know. Well, probably my car, but I don't own it outright yet, so.
All right. So like a portion of your car is the most valuable
Porsche?
thing.
That's expensive.
No, a portion.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right, Tina. Let's
No, not a Porsche.
let's move on to
No,
another.
come on.
Let's move on to another item. Yeah, Tina Bina is a teacher, so she's not gonna have that Porsche money. Let's move on to this. Tina, I've got right here.
Ooh.
This is a commemorative XFL jersey for the defunct XFL Football League.
I thought that was the size.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is kind of the size.
Extra effing L.
It's an extra effing large. This jersey I did buy when the XFL was an active league from, I think, JCPenney. So,
And that was
All
1
right.
year, it
yeah,
was-
the XFL was a football league active
That was
for
only
1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. I'm gonna
And
say
it was-
it only lasted for 1 year, right?
Yeah, and the finals or their version of
That must make it pretty rare. Then.
it's very rare. It's very rare. And they had $1 million version of like their version of the Super Bowl, which was won by the Los Angeles Extreme, was the football team.
Oh, really?
So super rare item,
Extremely rare.
not available in stores today. There's an ESPN 30 for 30 documentary airing tonight, but don't switch over to it. Keep watching Live Arcade. So, Tina, this XFL jersey, I'm going to say, why don't you guys write down your appraisal? I'm going to say that this could go for a cool $40. This XFL jersey. All right.
Okay.
Tina, they're writing down their appraisal. Okay, it looks like we're locked in. Tina, do you think that their appraisal is going to be higher or lower than $40?
I'm gonna say higher.
Higher? Okay, what do you guys think?
Wrong.
33. What is that at the end?
Dollars.
$33?
American thing.
Tina, I'm so sorry. This thing is apparently only worth $33, but is priceless to me.
Yeah.
Tina, I'm sorry that we couldn't get you any points today.
33.
Was the XFL created by Vince McMahon? Was that one?
Yeah, that was that one, Tina. It was definitely, if you know anything about me, it's that one of these items was destined to be related to the WWF. But Tina, thank you so much for calling. I'm sorry we couldn't get you any points. Call back
Sorry,
anytime.
Tina.
All right.
Have a
thank
great
you.
rest of your
Thank
day,
you, though.
Tina. I'm gonna put this bad boy on. I'm gonna struggle
Yeah.
with it. I think
Oh,
you'll
you
hit a lot of
get
microphones.
really hot now.
Oh yeah, under these studio lights,
Oh,
it's real
yeah.
hot.
Blimey.
Call us up 909-454-3862. That's
We're
the number to
waiting.
call. Tina didn't do so hot. Sherry is still in the lead for us.
Oh, yeah.
You're lucky, Sharon.
Well, she's
Sherry-
quite a way in the
Sherry
league, I would say.
Sherry did pretty good. Sherry did pretty good. Now I was reading this about you guys.
Oh.
I read online. It didn't say what the item was, so I wanted to go to the source. Online, it said that you guys once put an
I
item.
know the source.
You guys are the sources. You guys once put an item up on eBay for $125.
Yeah,
The story goes that it sold for $13,000. That's what I read online.
that is correct.
Who said that?
It was on. Oh, I just searched your guys' names, and one
Wow.
of the things online said that. What was that item?
It was a jade scepter.
A jade
like a
scepter.
king's scepter.
It's in a box, yeah.
One,
You know.
one
Actually,
piece
the
of
box
jade.
was like
Nice.
10 grand, and the rest of it was,
Nice box. Nice box. We talking a nice
It was
box?
a beautiful box.
No, but it was a
Because
jade
like apparently
scepter.
only this thing only goes for like 33
We had
bucks.
a-
So
we
I
had
want to
a-
know the quality of the box.
We had a guy come in, and he offered us $1 for it. We went, don't think so. So, and he was like driving a Rolls Royce outside, otherwise $1.
Yeah.
But
So you're
he,
like, this smells fishy.
yeah, so anyway, that's what it's all for.
Yeah, we
Went
put it
to-
on. I thought it was
It went off
198.
to
we
China
started.
or somewhere, right?
It did. It went
But the
back to
thing is, you
China.
know, when you put something on eBay,
Yeah.
and people start calling up straight away, and as soon as you put it on, I'll give you $250, I'll give you $500. Keep it. You know, just let the auction run out,
Yeah.
because there you go.
We had an offer for 3,000 before the auction ended. 5,000.
So is it just people out there that like collect scepters, or who was it
Well,
that
it
was like
It was
trying to?
Yeah, doesn't everybody have a scepter?
it belonged to Shanghai Shack or somebody.
Okay, so that,
But it actually wasn't that old. It must have been a really good piece of jade.
yeah.
It was like this big,
It was big.
and it came along like
One
this,
piece
and
of jade.
background. Yeah.
And it sold. It went to China, and it sold for $13,000.
Dang.
That's a true story.
Ding dang.
So what do you guys feel in that moment when you're seeing like so the
Yoo-hoo.
bidding was just going up and up and
Yeah,
up
well-
and up and up?
Yeah, we did. We had an employee who listed it for us.
Yeah.
So they get a percentage.
Yeah.
Just rising it up, and we were
That's
all
a good listing.
We
to get
were
a
all. I
percentage
remember
on, yeah.
Ashley, right? We were all watching,
Uh-huh.
sit there watching it going. Ching, 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 ching.
Dang, that must have been exhilarating. I don't know if anything that I have here would I mean this is the one thing that kind of
13,000.
this is my 13,000. This is my jade scepter. Is this
Well,
is
that's
this
not-
cigar?
that's not fun, you know.
Yeah, and I keep my dry erase markers
Yes,
in it.
yes.
All right. And
It's
then
because you're not stuffy. You're not, you like to
You can't
use the
smoke
things
these.
you have.
it's also that I got like asthma and I can't do cigars.
Yeah, brown.
Lawrence, when you were growing up, at a young age, you had like a collection. I understand.
8.
What was that?
When I was 8.
When you were 8?
10.
When you were
10.
10? So what I read online
Yes.
was that you had your very own museum at a young
Yeah,
age.
blimey.
So what was in your museum, and where did your museum operate out of?
My bedroom.
Your bedroom. So your bedroom was.
I had a family heirloom old desk,
Mhm.
like a big school desk with a lift up top. So it was only inside there. So it was smaller things.
And we're talking you're 10 years old at the time.
Yeah. Anything, I used to collect match safes.
Mhm.
You know what those are?
No, it's match
People would have their watch chain and they have a little thing on the end, a doodad, and you flip it open and they have matches in it. You can strike. So they come in all
So
kinds
it's
of.
a little box.
Yeah,
that would
They
hold
come in
the
all
match.
kinds
Yeah.
of forms and all kinds of materials. It could be an owl, it could be absolutely anything, an advertising piece, or whatever. They're called match safes.
Yeah.
And they're very collectible. So with that and old pens and just anything.
So would you
Oh.
charge admission to your bedroom museum? Or no?
No, it was free to all comers.
It was free to all comers. That's why you
There's
need,
actually-
you
yeah.
need the business lady to come in here
Oh,
later
I
on.
was gonna
I kind of walked into that one.
I used to do a haunted house, and I charged.
You
to
charge a
come
pretty
into-
penny.
Oh, see?
My-
How old were you?
Probably about
What,
10.
6?
I know my mom and her siblings, they used to do like a carnival in their backyard that was basically like you would walk across like a log and they would poke you with sticks, and then you would also have to like they would set up all these things and they would they would charge the
Sounds
neighborhood.
like a carnivore to me,
This is
That-
true.
it
But they would charge
It sounds
admission.
like what I did.
Yeah, they
See,
would
your
charge
mom and I are a lot alike.
Yeah. they would charge admission.
Sally ended up in the circus, you know that. I'm not joking. She was actually in the
You were-
circus.
I
I've
worked for
known
a
you-
circus.
What did you do in the circus?
I was a promoter for Circus Vargas.
You were
She rode the elephant in the parade.
I did.
You got a lead with I rode the elephant in the parade.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I'm just a humble human being. I don't
so
like
you
to
would
brag.
promote and you would
I-
promote
so,
and
yeah.
then like on the side you just ride the elephant.
Well, no, it was just one occasion when the showgirl wasn't available, and so I did it. Just like when
Colonel
you were
Joe
young.
It was Colonel Joe was the elephant, and we actually after
The elephant's name was Colonel Joe.
Joe.
Yes.
We went to
He was the lead elephant.
Circus Vargas, and we were sat. They gave us we were sat in the front row, and the elephant Colonel Joe came on, and he came straight over to us, and he looked me. I'm not lying to you.
Yeah.
He looked me right in the eyes like that, saying, "Come on."
So I have elephants friends in high places.
You guys are talking about this elephant like he was a coworker. This is the best.
Yeah.
Do you guys keep up? Like,
I
how's
don't know
he
if
doing
he's still
these days?
around. I mean, that be.
No,
I
no.
don't know.
Well, they live a long life.
Check him out then.
Give us a call, 909-454-3862. We're taking calls right now. See if you can beat Sherry's current score of 1,500 points, not dollars.
Oh.
I don't owe my mom any money.
You sure?
Are we gonna take
I'm
a?
pretty sure.
We're
I'm
gonna
pretty
take a lunch
sure.
break. You get a pizza.
Oh,
I mean, you
thank
can take stuff if you
Want
want to.
a hamburger?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe folks are waiting for another item.
Why don't we do that?
We'll pose an item, and then the folks can determine whether or not they're going to call in. Our next item up
Oh,
for
blimey.
appraisal is this clay sculpture of just like a dude's head, sculpted by my good friend Aaron in college.
Oh, it looks like an arrow, yeah.
Do we know who it is?
It was the model that came into her college sculpting class.
Oh, Aaron's a god, the lady.
So if you think you know how much this clay sculpted head is worth, give us a call. 909-454-3862 is the number to call.
Did she sign it?
She signed it?
Did she?
What does she
sign
do
it?
now?
What does Aaron do now? Aaron works in advertising now. Yeah, let's go on a bit of backstory about Aaron. So the artist sculpted this in college. She went on to get into advertising, and she now owns a Japanese chin dog named Trevor, and I dog sit for them.
Very Trevor?
Little clever Trevor.
I needed to know that.
I'm trying to think of what else. Any other details about?
It's not fired.
It's
is
pretty
it?
heavy, isn't it?
No,
It's
it's
kinda-
not fired.
It's not fired. It's
It's
if
dried out.
Like we're talking pre-firing amount. So
Yeah.
like, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
you're gonna have to
See, don't
seal
lose
it.
too much of his.
You're gonna have to seal it yourself, sort of deal. But oh god, she told me what name she was going to give this guy, and I
Montague.
can't remember what it was.
Ron.
Ron? Oh
Ron,
yeah,
oh.
Ron. So this guy's name
He's
is
like
Ron. This guy's name is Ron. She couldn't remember the model's name, but when I asked her to come up with a name, this guy's name is Ron. So give us a call, 909-454-3862. See if you can guess the amount in which this sculpted head would
can you
go
hear me?
for. He's got a strong mustache, this guy.
Okay.
He's just showing
Who am I
it to
talking to?
He's yeah, he does. That's a
Perfect.
what do we call
What do you
that
call
one?
you. Well, like, strong facial.
Snidely whiplash kind of. Oh, that's right. You don't know snidely whiplash.
see,
is?
This is like a
I don't know
a lot of like
I'm gonna.
colonels in the army
You're
back in
gonna
England
guess
in the First World War, which kind of looked like this, you know.
This guy was
That's the
definitely just a model who was working for very little money to go into college classes in like
Right.
2009.
It looks like Mr.
Wrong.
Red who swam the
Guy named
channel.
Ron. Okay.
Ron.
We've got Rando calling from Portland, a frequent caller to the show. Rando,
Oh, good.
how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good, good. Rando, we've got this clay sculpture of Ron here. I am going to give this a guess, and you're going to tell me whether or not you think the actual price is higher or lower. I'm going to say that Ron would go for about, he's heavy. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, he's got some girth to him, very well defined here. I'm going to say that he's going to go for like $70. Pre-fired.
Where are we selling him?
Gosh.
We're,
Well,
s- we're,
Because
selling,
that makes a difference.
we're selling him on the.
This is actually head you in and, you know.
All right,
Tell
so
you is.
write down your guys' appraisal. Rando
Or you
will.
want to do it? You do it.
What do you think? Let's just.
Don't look.
All
Because
right.
that would be cheating.
Rando, you think that this is going to go for a pretty penny or not so much?
Gosh, I don't want to be in charge of judging Aaron's work. I'm going to say lower than 70, though.
You're going to say lower than 70. What's your guys' appraisal?
Yeah.
Still writing. $40. $40.
Yay.
Yay, Rando!
Rando, you got it right. It is not worth
Rambo.
$70. Okay, let's move through a couple items. let's move through a couple
like
items
that. Ching.
quick here. We've got. I bought this from your guys' shop.
Oh,
Oh, well, that's worth a lot of money.
yeah.
This is a framed poster, Rando. It's Theatre Royal, Brighton, Monday, July 9th, 1917. 8:30 is what I assumed the name of the show was, or the time of the show.
Okay.
And then I don't know if you guys caught this, but right here, I doubt that the camera can pick this up. But it says music by Paul Rubens, and I don't know
Oh.
whether
You mean, is it Pee Wee?
I don't know whether or not Pee Wee was performing music in 1917, but you never know. That might increase the value of this here poster.
Pee Wee.
What a catch!
It is timeless.
Yeah, let me tell you a bit about the Theatre Royal, right? Brighton is out from Bournemouth, the south of England.
Okay.
Brighton is along the coast there, the soccer rivals. They're the seagulls with the cherries.
Come on, you cherries!
And the Theatre Royal was built about 100 years before 1918.
So this would have maybe been
So
a
it's about
centennial show.
200 years old.
Okay, 200-year-old
Plus.
theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
In active use. And another strange thing about this, I don't actually know about this because the owner died,
Mhm.
and he made it very a lucrative business. His wife carried on doing it, and she was basically the first manager of the theater in England.
All right.
So that's really.
So why don't you guys write down your
I think
place?
this used to be hanging on the bathroom door in the shop, am I right?
Oh, I don't remember seeing it in the bathroom.
There was
I'm gonna
two.
say that this poster
honey.
is gonna go for
Yeah.
about $130.
Is that what you paid for it?
I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say. Rando,
I spent the money already, no matter what it was.
you guys lock in your answer?
Okay.
Locked in,
Rando,
yeah.
Rando, do you think it's gonna be higher or lower than $130?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna go lower again.
Lower? Okay, what do you guys say?
Da-da-da-da.
150. Oh, Rando, I'm sorry. It was actually higher, but that leaves you with 500 points. But thank you so much for calling. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And
Yeah,
we hope to talk
pleasure.
to you soon.
Thanks.
See you, Rando. Have a great rest of your night.
Bye-bye.
Do we have time for one more caller?
Yes, we do.
Okay, let's go ahead and take one more caller. 909-454-3862 is the number to call. Give us a call. See if you can guess the last bit of items that we'll go through here. We'll introduce another item because I want our callers to know what they're in for, and this next item has extreme emotional value. to me.
Oh, don't stop crying.
Personal value,
They call it sentimental value.
sentimental, emotional value. I'll keep calling it. This is a complete collection of 8 Inspector Gadget McDonald's toys that, when put together, construct a full Inspector Gadget. Each toy has its own
Gadget.
Each toy has its own function, as in this water gun right arm, this helicopter action hat, this belt that doubles as a watch that a young child could wear. Each of the feet have their own thing that they build out to. This one is a screwdriver of sorts down here.
Really?
This one over here,
Oh.
in addition to extending, also is, I believe, a flashlight. And then my favorite is this left arm, which not only extends, but comes with Kung Fu grip.
Oh, right.
So,
That's actually nice.
Well, these are all standard though to this model. You know that, right?
these were all standard what?
To this model,
To
they
this-
all have the same.
Well,
Ours is not exclusive to having the flashlight.
I just-
and extending arm and the.
Oh, he's minimizing your enthusiasm.
you know, it's just that, like, this took a long time
Is this
to
to
collect
clockwise or
all.
anti-clockwise?
I believe it's got, in addition to clockwise
Ah.
motion, it also has counterclockwise motion.
blimey.
Does
That's
not,
pedestrian.
as I just found out, it does not make the noise when it goes in the counterclockwise direction.
How many Happy Meals did you have to
Yeah.
have?
My dad and I made this our personal mission to track down all 8 of these things, and this was back. This was during. I remember we went to a McDonald's after seeing the movie Tarzan. So it was around like '97, I think, is when that
You
movie
can
came
split
out.
his foot around the other way.
Or late '90s. So we would go outside of McDonald's, and this was before the time of like Craigslist or anything where you could more easily do this. We would like actually trade with people outside of McDonald's.
Really?
So because we couldn't find like the hat, I remember being a really hard thing to find. So you would like have all of the other extra pieces that you had, and you would wait outside, and you would be like, "I'll give you 3 left legs for a hat." Yeah. So we did that until we finally got the hat as the last piece, and then we had the full collection.
That's awesome.
Was this modeled after Prince Charles?
It definitely does not look like Matthew Broderick, who it's supposed to look like. Who played Inspector Gadget in the movie. This
I
was
like
such
it.
a
That's actually
Yeah,
a really fun
It was a
toy.
Disney thing, right?
yeah, it was a Disney movie. They made sequels that did not do as well. But
Wow.
why don't we do this? We don't have
Is
a
this
car on
part
the
of it?
line. Yeah, that's the belt that doubles as the watch.
Oh, okay. Oh, you can wear it yourself.
Okay, so are you gonna be the guest?
Why don't I guess?
What number is that? Is that number 1 to 8?
What was that?
There's 8
So
pieces
let's
here,
just-
right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The chest is a separate piece.
And then your watch is another
Yeah.
one. Oh.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
I want one.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
So
good.
what do you think it's worth?
Ah. Why don't you guys lock in your answer first, and then I'll guess. That way we know.
Look at that. I used to work in the slips.
So why don't you
Honey?
guys write down your answer? We lock that in, and then I'm just gonna guess how much this thing is worth.
And you might not want to use.
So much enthusiasm. Is that what you're getting at?
Well, I'm going to just tell you one thing, right?
There's a huge Inspector Gadget market.
No, you
what you're
get
about to
more money for them if they're actually not ever been used. They're in their little packets, mint in packet.
But if they're in the
MIP.
packets, you can't build a full
MIP.
Inspector
Well, you don't
Gadget.
have the fun, but it's like a lot of toys, especially the packaging is worth more than the flipping toys.
Okay.
So anyway, just letting you
You're
know
telling me
about
that the fact that I'm displaying this is working against me.
Kind
You-
of.
All right. Why don't you guys write down your
Da,
appraisal?
da, da,
And this is either going to break my heart
or make your heart.
or just only kind of be okay with me.
What is that?
I'm not gonna let this in. Just emotional value. Just remember when you're writing your number, just remember that my father and I, we bonded over going to Tarzan and trying to collect the last couple of pieces. It took us a long time to do it. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. We had to work with a lot of other families and barter and trade. There was a lot that led to
So
this
you're
moment.
trying to attach a
I think you were
sentimental.
kind of left swinging on the vine on this one.
Okay, I think that this is going to be worth $150.
Woohoo!
You
Well,
tell
I
me.
think that's a good.
You tell me.
Yeah.
You tell me how much this thing's worth.
Has anybody not guessing on this one?
No.
No, we're guessing. He's guessing
Yes.
and we're
No,
answering.
I just want you guys to appraise my shit now.
Oh man. Are you ready to fall backwards off the floor?
Let's go. Let's do it.
$35. A cool $35. Should we call it there?
Swinging on the
Go,
vine.
No.
keep going.
Keep going? All right. Give us a call, 909-454-3862. I am just going to
Yeah,
go
just-
through the paces
just
on the rest of the show. 'cause
Launch
my
that one. But that's a
my
lot of
ego is
fun.
bruised.
That's a lot of fun, isn't it? You know.
Isn't that a
But
lot
think
of
of all the
Actually, I'm
memories you
surprised
have.
at all the things that this does.
But it would
you
be
know.
because they made a lot of them.
Yeah. But, it seems there's a lot of them still happening.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've only ever seen one of them.
Oh.
Kung Fu Action Grit. We want to see some more things. What do we want to see? What do we want to see?
Do the meter.
Do the meter? Let's do the meter.
Gosh. Lovely meter.
You got it.
You see what that is?
That's a sun?
A sphincter.
It's a bum.
You drew for my emotionally charged
It's a shit show
okay
logo.
okay.
Shit show logo.
So for
man.
the thing that meant the most to me, that I enjoyed, that I
He's,
had the most
he's really
sentimental
insensitive.
value.
He's really
Got
insensitive.
a butthole for it. We
You're
have
lucky
got,
to get that.
we've got a fully not functioning gold
Oh, look at that.
parking meter. Does not formally function. An artist tried to turn it into a lamp at some point. There's a hole up here where they tried to put the remainder of the lamp where the shade would come down.
I like the use of the fishing line to keep it
hold,
together.
Yeah, to hold everything together. So this item
Does it
wholly
accept
not
coinage?
You want to know
I
something
don't know.
about it?
So,
You
yeah.
want to know something about it? Well, it's something as a if you're like Jay Leno
Yeah.
collects stuff like this, right?
Okay.
So if this was in
So you're saying-
perfect condition.
You're saying that Jay Leno.
Transportation.
Is this a
People who are into
self-portrait?
transportation.
So, no. It's just got a bit ripped off here,
Mhm.
and it's got, it's not in great shape. It's a little bit dinged up. It's been used. So it would be. You lost your lock.
Lost my lock.
You lost your lock, maybe.
But you're saying that I could get some sweet
I think
cash
I-
from Jay Leno for this.
Yeah, but you're in violation of that. So
But he might like one that's actually more together.
Yeah. So actually, if this was
That's-
finished off
Okay.
into a lamp,
Yeah.
and the finished article as a lamp, it's actually worth quite a bit more than just a.
But now you've given him a hint.
You're giving me a project, is what you've given me,
Yeah.
more than a hint. Like I gotta. My goal is now that I gotta turn this thing apparently into a lamp.
Yeah.
No.
For Jay Leno.
That one in there.
I know.
You can accept it just as it is and
Yeah.
enjoy it just like it is.
And I do. And I do.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like how Mr. Rogers had a traffic light in his place.
And you know where this is from?
No.
It tells you right in the front, Chicago. City of Chicago.
You know, sometimes I gotta
How long
stop
you
and
had
smell the
this?
roses.
How long you had this?
I've had this for a decade or so.
Oh, then you go.
And you didn't notice it
You
in Chicago.
know, didn't
You
know
never
that.
were a detail kind of a guy.
Yeah.
Don't
Right.
read, never much cared.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of Art Deco-y, the look of it.
I think it'd be a great way to collect money from your friends.
If I had the lock.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say if you had friends.
Okay. Why don't you guys lock in your
What
appraisal?
about friends and neighbors who can ask for anything more?
Okay, praise the Lord, honey.
As is.
As is.
As
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 much
found,
how-
found.
how much would Jay Leno pay for this parking meter
No,
No,
right
that's
here,
not
right
the right question.
now? No, that's the question we're asking for this one. How much is Jay Leno gonna pay for this parking meter right here and right now? Alright, you got your answer locked in? I'm gonna say a number and then Seth, why don't you guess higher or lower?
Sure.
Sound good? I'm gonna
Sounds
say
good.
this bad boy is gonna be like $55.
Higher.
Higher?
Higher. Definitely higher. Because who knows how much changes in it anyway?
Right.
Wow.
There is none.
Right.
I'm gonna go lower because it's not a lamp.
Lower.
Yeah.
You think Jay Leno is not gonna pay $55 for this?
I don't think so.
Alright, what do you guys say?
It's upside down.
I know it is, honey. It's hard to read.
$75?
Yeah.
$75.
There you
Alright,
go.
so Seth,
There
you get 500 points.
you
Seth.
go. Oh!
You get
Oh,
500.
good. This is good.
The second
Alright, is there anything else that we
Yeah,
want to
you
see?
like
or
that
should we-
film.
One more item. Oh gosh!
We've got the holy bastards over there.
What do we got? Why don't we do this?
Oh.
A vintage Metallica denim jacket. You want
May
Take
I
a look.
examine the
to
label?
examine the label? You got an idea of make and model here?
And where did you get this?
This
May we
was,
ask?
if we got Sherry back on the phone at all, my mom and my dad were in Tahoe on a trip, I want to say in like the early 90s, maybe late 80s, and she had forgotten her jacket for like a night out that they were at. And so my dad asked this other guy, like, hey, I'll give you $20 for your jacket. And the guy was wearing this. And the guy was like, yeah, sure. And so he hands him the jacket. My dad gives him $20. My mom puts on the jacket. She puts her hands in the pockets, and she pulls out $40 and a joint. And the guy goes, can I get that joint?
What about the 40 bucks?
He didn't, yeah.
He just cared about the
yeah,
pot.
he just cared about the pot. Who's there? Who's there?
Who's there? No.
What?
Oh, is this my mom? Mom, are you here to proofread my story?
No, I'm here to have my jaw drop open seeing my jacket up there.
He's
So-
another thing of your mother's.
Yeah.
So
So
want it back again.
this isn't going to count to your 1,500 points. But why don't we do one last item here, Mom? How much do you think that this jacket is worth? Your old jacket that you got in Tahoe.
Yes, I did.
Do you know?
Are we doing it with the joint or without?
Oh.
No, just by itself. Let's say with the $40 in it. So whatever your appraisal is,
Oh.
add $40 to it. Okay.
Okay.
So how much do you think this jacket is worth with $40 cash in it? You paid 20. You
Are we supposed to write this down
guys write
now?
down. You guys write down yours.
Sure, you can do it.
Mom, how much do you think this is worth?
What's your favorite color,
Hold on, I
Sherry?
have to wait till he's
Yeah,
done.
choose purple. No.
Okay,
We're
there
changing
you
up the rules,
Special
Mom.
for you. Special color
Because
for
you
you.
already have 1,500 points.
Mom, we're changing up the rules for you. You got to just tell me how much you think this is. This is gonna be the last thing we do tonight.
I would say that that's a $75 jacket.
$75 jacket. I'm gonna say that it's even higher than that. Sally and Lawrence, how much is this jacket worth? $290. I think you guys made out pretty okay, Mom.
Yeah, look at that. Well, I mean,
It's a promotional jacket, so they're very limited. It's hard to find these. They're from the
but don't forget you got $40 in cash on there, so it's $250.
oh, so yeah, it's $250 plus $40.
$290.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
$290 for your old Metallica jacket, Mom. That is a pretty good profit.
And it's
I'd say.
nice because it's already worn in. It's soft.
I like it. It goes well with this XFL
And it's
jersey.
hanging
Barbara,
in
look at
his
you.
closet, not mine.
Good talking to you, Mom. Thanks for the jacket. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Cha-ching!
That's gonna do it for us. Sally and Lauren, thank you guys so much for being here with us.
Pleasure.
Let's do one final check-in with Seth. Seth, who's going home with Now You See Me Too and these little Dia de los Muertos guys?
Well, Tina Bina came in, gave it her best effort, and ended up not coming away with any points. And Randall called in and got one correct with 500 points. But with 1,500 points, our winner tonight is Sherry. Sherry will be going home
Sherry's got more.
with the salt and pepper shakers that we saw earlier from Dia de los Muertos. And also be going home with this movie, which made Bryce proclaim that he no longer wants to live on this earth, or at least an earth where this movie exists. So enjoy.
There you go. Yay! Wow, made it.
Thank you, Seth. Thank you, Bryson. Bryson. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Lauren. I'm making out good. For now, ladies and gentlemen, that's game over. See you guys. Bye.